The Kremlin has announced that Russian President Vladimir Putin has accepted an invitation from the North Korean leader Kim Jong-un to visit North Korea. The two leaders gave each other a weapon as a gift last Wednesday when they met in far east of Russia during a summit. The talks in Russia have raised concern in the United States and elsewhere that Kim might be prepared to sell arms to Moscow for its war in Ukraine, perhaps in exchange for technology that would further his military ambitions. Putin, meanwhile, praised the strengthening of cooperation and friendship between the two countries and told reporters he saw possibilities for military cooperation with North Korea. Of course, joining me on the news is Gideon Chitanga, an international relations and diplomacy expert, to, of course, unpack this development. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
All right, so how significant is it that Putin has accepted Kim Jong-un's request for a meeting? Has this level of engagement ever been seen before between Russia and, of course, North Korea?
I think this would be very significant in the sense that North Korea is under UN sanctions. It has been isolated big powers. This would be, I think, a major step for North Korea at this juncture, leaving one of the major powers in spite of the conflict that is happening between Russia and Ukraine, openly, formally engaging with the country and tying diplomatic relations at this critical juncture for both countries. The leader of North Korea was in Russia last week, and I think the statements that are coming out of there, those that are coming in public, they seem to be indicating a very cozy kind of diplomatic dance between the two leaders and interest to at least support each other's interests. And obviously, this might come with a lot of problems, given that North Korea is under UN sanctions, but Russia is also under Western sanctions. And there has been a lot of efforts to sanction Russia through the UN Security Council, which has not succeeded because of other factors. So what I think is two countries which view strategic benefits from relating with each other at this critical moment, but also generating military and political tremors that might reshape global relations in very fundamental ways.
All right, now what do you think are the potential motives behind Putin's decision to strengthen ties with North Korea? Do you think it's purely strategic, or are there economic or political interests at play? And just to add a bit to it, do you also think that it may be because Putin, in a desperate need to, of course, advance the offensive of Russia in Ukraine, hence the need to look elsewhere, which of course is North Korea?
I mean that, you see, I would imagine that Russia is already under intense pressure to at least meet its goals as it has stated in Ukraine, and its plan has not gone accordingly. And there are two things that has happened. The case with Prigozhin and the Wagner Group, and how that factor might have put into jeopardy the military plans there. The second thing is reports, although they predominantly come from Western media, that Russia is facing various shortages of critical military equipment that it desperately needs to use in the conflict in Ukraine. A lot of other countries to be providing direct military help or supplying ammunition to Russia. And under the circumstances, I think not.
Now, let's of course talk about the new developments in between Russia and North Korea's relationship. Hello, can you hear me?
hear you.
Okay, great. I was asking that, let's talk about Russia and North Korea relationship impact, and of course, particularly on the geopolitical landscape in the region. And would you say this gradual shift in alliance or formation is part of a new, well, I call it power dynamics right now?